Oh, shit.
Oh, shit indeed, Troy. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Hey, welcome to another episode of Shootin the Shit.
Shootin' the
Where
shit.
two shitheads just talk shit.
Is this full of shit?
You shitting me? As always, I am Troy to the Max Extreme.
Hey, I'm JT3K. Getting sexy with it.
Funny thing is, like, I actually had a coworker who listens to our myriad of podcasts.
Yeah.
Said they really like the introduction of the Shootin' the Shit episodes. And I panicked, thinking they're going to learn a lot about my life. Because by the time we record these, we're usually, like, kind of half drunk.
Yep.
We're
and
giving
we
up
just
stories.
don't give a shit.
Yeah, not at all.
Like, by first episode, we were already talking about watching porn together.
Yeah, I know. Like, God damn it. But so far, I'm glad that anybody that personally listens is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And not just like a total weirdo.
I'm glad you're cool.
Yeah, because otherwise, I'd be having a different conversation, and this is not going to be fun for me. Speaking of, like, work stuff.
Yeah.
I have been on overtime since I've gone back to work.
Yeah.
And it's slowly killing me.
I'm sure.
Like,
It is making you pay for the fact that you had a child.
yeah. No shit. Like, last pay period, I put in 14 hours of overtime.
Jesus.
I
Fuck.
was like, oh my God, just put a bullet in me. And, like, it's still, there's, like, no end in sight. Like, I already know I'm working Saturday.
Good God.
And last Saturday, I actually miraculously got off last Saturday. Even though today, like, during some meeting, they're like, yeah, we probably should have worked last Saturday. I was like, no! But the last Saturday I had to work. Like, I had to be in at 4 a.m. And, like, I have a bit of a jaunt to get there, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I have to try to rouse myself, like, at 2 a.m. So I have, like, enough, like, energy to try to drive, like, 40 minutes to get to work.
God.
On a deer-infested highway at, like, 3 a.m.
Illinois is so full of deer.
It's an epidemic.
It's full of shit. Every car that I've totaled involved a deer.
I wish I could say the same thing.
Yeah, I think I was there for one of them.
Yeah. I couldn't even tell you which one it was. Because, like, I've had so much fucked up
Yeah, you didn't total.
stuff.
There was that car accident that I was with you for when
we were in high school?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
With
I
that
just
truck.
told somebody about that fucking story. So, why don't we talk about car stories, shall we?
We've done car stories before, though.
Have we?
Yeah, we spent like a whole show talking about cars.
Car accidents?
Not car accidents.
Well, I want to tell you about this one accident at least.
Well,
and
go
you're
ahead.
Gonna shut up and listen, because it was the one that you were with me.
Yeah.
So we got invited to go to, like, a homecoming dance, right? And so...
No, it was a football game.
But wasn't the dance... maybe you're right. Maybe
No, it was a football game because he wanted to bang that one chick.
Easy.
Not bang. We were in high school. I don't know
Yeah.
if there was maybe. Well, I don't know. It was a chick. I know it was a chick.
It was a chick wanted us to come, so we were showing up, right?
Yeah.
So it was you, me, and one other person in my aunt's SUV.
Yeah.
Because my car, like, blew its tranny out or something like that.
Yeah.
And so it was already in the shop. So I'm borrowing her SUV. It's like on a downpouring, right?
Yeah.
To get to this football game. The football game probably shouldn't even have been going.
No shit.
To be perfectly honest. And funny fact, haha, funny, that there's a car accident already ahead of us.
Yeah.
From another person from our class that was in it.
Yeah.
And they like kind of rolled off into, like, the ditch a little bit. I think they only rolled it, like, halfway onto its hood.
Yeah.
Which isn't, like, cool or anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of dangerous.
Not cool.
Because it totally, like, scared the shit out of her for pretty much the rest of her life that I knew her. So they have traffic trying to, like, go around the accident by this point where we get there, right?
Yeah.
and I see traffic stopped. And I'm like, okay, hitting the brakes. Oh, fuck, I'm hydroplaning. So I'm, like, trying to, like, pull off into the ditch.
Yeah.
So I don't hit this car that's stopped in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
End up smashing into the back of this car.
Yeah.
That car hits the car in front of it.
Yeah.
And I'm just in a world of what do I do? I'm 16 or 17 years old.
I just remembered being in the back seat and then, like, the minute you hit that car, you, like, smashed in its fucking trunk. And then, like, some frat dude just shot out going,
and punched his car.
Yeah, punched his car.
And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get punched.
He's going to kill me.
I'm going to go to the weight of his car. I know it. He didn't punch me, P.S., but that was just, like, the worst fucking time. Also, my aunt's insurance went up because of it, because it was her car. And so I was like, God damn it, I'm just fucking everyone up. And what even sucked worse is that everyone could drive away from this but me. Like, I had to call my dad out during the pouring rain. I think by the time he got out there, you guys have already found rides home.
Yeah.
And he had to, like, have me keep the brakes on while he hooked a chain up to, like, the front fender of my aunt's car to bend it out enough where I could steer. And so I could get back on the road to at least get it off the highway.
Fuck.
What a terrible time. And that's not even the worst car accident I've ever been in. Because other ones include deer.
The T-bone?
The T-bone is probably the worst one.
Yeah.
Where... I'm going to tell that one right now.
Go for it. We'll have a car accident segment.
So I went to school, college in, like, the suburbs of Chicago.
Yeah.
And I was there for maybe 2 months before I actually had, like, a job there and started, like, making actual friends and all that kind of stuff. And so the first night I went out with some coworkers to, like, one of their houses, and not all of them had cars, so I'm like, well, I have a car, everyone can hop into mine, and blah, 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 I'll drive everyone there.
Yeah.
Still rocking that friggin' 1992 Pontiac
the
Bonneville. Yeah.
The illustrious Bonneville.
The illustrious Bonneville. And I'm trying to make this, like, left turn, and there's this big fucking Hummer in the opposite left turn lane from me, and I'm, like, trying to see if there's any, like, headlights coming through its windows, and I'm like, I don't see anything, I guess it's good to go. I go, and I immediately, it's like those, you can just see it happening in slow motion, and you remember every second of it, because I have these, like, 3 people in my back seat, another person in my passenger seat, and my car just gets T-boned in a second.
Oh, shit.
And the passenger side of the car comes way in. And, like, these people get pushed from the interior of my car being smashed, right? And I feel like such a fucking piece of shit by getting hit in that second.
Yeah.
But, like, the other person who hit me, their airbags went off and punched him in the face.
Yeah.
And, like, I still remember that chick's name.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it on air or whatever in case, like, she listens and doesn't realize it's me or whatever. But
wouldn't that be some shit?
That would be some fucked up shit. But, like, I run out to her car, right? I'm like, "Are you okay? Like, if you can you try to get off the road?"
Like, Jesus! Can you move?
Like, I was just making sure of, like, we should probably try to get off the road because I'm, like, panicking or whatever, thinking, like, everyone's got full-on neck injuries. I want to be sued for every penny I have.
Everyone's paralyzed.
Yeah, for sure. So that was a great first impression for new friends. And for me to be on my, like, phone with my dad pretty much the rest of the night saying, like, hey, I got a car accident. My car's pretty much fucked.
Yeah.
So... needless to say, it got towed away. It's like got scrapped or whatever. Didn't get shit for the car.
Yeah.
And then I was still friends with at least one of them.
Well, there you go.
They not all bad. I dated one of them. It ended horribly.
I'm sure.
Oh my God!
Oh man!
Just getting all verklempt.
Car accidents are giving you durst.
I'm getting all worked up about it. Well, yeah, those are 2 car stories. I have multiple car stories.
Yeah, The one that I remember the most was, I remember there was one time that I was leaving. I would go work out before I would go to school. So I left like really early to go to work out before I was going to school. And like, it was in the winter, and there's like this turn like right up, like Troy, like I'll just explain to you because you'll know, but like it's like where the tower was, there's that kind of like turn off.
Yeah.
And there's like this big gully like right under, like, well, it's like kind of like a really steep hill.
Uh-huh.
Like if you were to like drive off the road.
Yeah.
So I pretty much was driving there, and then it was like one of those days where it was nice and bright and sunny out, but they just did a shitty job of plowing.
Oh, sure.
So I took a turn, and I just kept going straight instead of turning.
Uh-huh.
And I legit, it was like a movie. I shot through a fucking snowdrift, and then like freaking like ramped up in the air and fell like
shit.
right into the bottom of like this ditch.
Holy shit.
Like I was way the fuck down there, and it was like, and I didn't get hurt or anything. I got out and I was able to like look around, and it was like, whoa, that was pretty fucked
Get out,
up.
and you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And I remember like the tow truck came, and I was like, and they were like, how the fuck did you get all the way down there? And I was like, dude, I legit ramped off a fucking snowbank. Like that was like probably like, it was probably like the craziest that like accident I've ever been in.
What car was that?
I think that was the Grand Prix, like the gray Grand Prix that I had.
Okay.
Yeah.
God damn, I don't even know if I ever knew that story.
Yeah. It was just, there was nothing really wrong with my car. Like I think after like a week, like my alignment was so bad I had to go into the shop for that. But other than that, like it was pretty good. Like nothing really got in like broken on it.
Damn.
And I think I left so early to go work out that I still went to my class that night. Like I think it took him like an hour or so to get it like towed out
Yanked
of the
out of there.
Yeah, and then by the time I got it out, I was like, well, I can still make my class. So I still went to class. But it was like legit like a movie. Like it was like in slow motion. Like I was like ramped up and like falling into this ditch.
Oh Jesus.
I was like, shit.
Oh man, I think out of all the adult stuff that I have to deal with, cars might be my like least. I'm least patient with all that shit.
I know. I'm jealous of like my city friends that get like cabs and Ubers and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wish we had like something like that around here.
Yeah, that'd be really nice.
I hate driving so. Like Molly makes me drive all the fucking time.
Oh yeah, I'm the dad. I drive. That's what my job is to get people from here to there.
Yep.
So, like, and I don't even mind at this point. Like, I just automatically hop into the driver's seat. Even to the point where, like, one time Chelsea, like, hopped in to drive, and I felt, like, very
sat on her
awkward.
lap.
Yeah, I sat on her lap. She ran the pedals while I did the wheel, yeah. But I was in the passenger seat, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Like...
Yeah,
like I could just be on my phone, I guess. I don't know. I feel like weird sitting over here.
I don't know. Anytime Molly drives, she always yells at me for being on my phone, and then when I drive, she's on her phone the whole fucking time.
Yeah, I know. It's unfair, really.
It's so hard to be a white man.
That's what I've been saying.
So, me and Molly got our engagement pictures taken.
Oh, how
last
would that
weekend. Go? It was fine until it started raining like a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was pouring ass rain. I don't like taking pictures.
I don't like. Okay, so when it's the spur of the moment and it's like a picture being taken, I'm like, hey, this is fun. Let's take a picture. But when you have to like plan it and sit down and pose for pictures and stuff, this like, I might have lied before. I might hate this more than car stuff.
I just hate scenarios where they're like, smile. I'm like, but I don't want to smile.
No.
And then I'm going to look back on this and be like, well, I didn't want to smile there. Like, it's not a genuine moment if they're making you smile during it.
Yeah. Try it sometime when you have to try to make a 1.5-year-old look happy.
Oh God, I bet that's even worse.
Pissed that they're there because you're not letting them do anything that they want. They're getting tricked because they're gonna say they're gonna get candy, but nobody has candy, right? So it's just like, fuck. So they take like 800 photos.
Yeah.
3 are usable. You know what I mean? Because they kind of look okay.
Yeah.
That's where like my family photos are at. And like I pretty much get some taken every single, like twice a year, like one in the fall and one in the spring, it seems like. And every single time, like, no, like, I have no ill will against, like, our photographer that does it because, like, we know her.
Yeah.
Orange Anchor Photography, that's who I usually get it from.
There you go.
It's, like, a high school friend of ours. She's actually really good. And I really like having her take our photos.
Yeah.
No offense, Nicole, but I cannot just... It's not in my blood to want this to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if I'm ever difficult in it, if you're ever listening to this, but Jesus.
I feel you. No, like, Molly always gives me shit where it's like, you never smile for pictures. And if you smile, you just look like a cheesy asshole. Not a rapist, but like I look like a cheesy, I'll smile like being like, this is dumb. Like, smile. And it's like, well, at least when I smile like that, at least it's like, hey, look at that idiot.
Yeah.
Like, at least it's funny. Like, I hate being, like, smile like this is a fun time. Like, I'm not having fun.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah, and then when I look back at this picture, I'm going to be like, oh, well, that's that time you forced me to smile.
Yeah. I would rather, like, in photos, I would rather look like a complete oaf than, like, be forced to make me look happy, I guess.
Yeah.
Because the whole time I'm just like... this is no fun. I don't like any of this.
I just like doing shit I do shit that I know will make me laugh when I look back on it.
Yeah, I'm the exact same way. I'm like, what the fuck was I even doing there? I'm such a goof.
Look at that stupid ass face. Was I drunk?
Yeah.
A fucking idiot?
Yeah. I'm the exact same way, even though I'm probably it's the ugliest photo I've ever taken or whatever. I'm like, this is such a great photo.
Yeah. No, and if I get a picture taken of me, like, spur of the moment, I always just ham it up. And then I get yelled at by my mom or Molly
for sure.
by the end of the day. Like, look happy. Aren't you happy? Like, not then. I wasn't happy at that moment.
I'm not happy right now having this conversation.
Yeah, I'm not happy with you yelling at me for not smiling.
Oh, my God.
Like, yelling at someone for not being happy does not make them happy. I'm sorry.
That's true. So did you get any of the pictures back yet? Did they turn out okay?
No, not yet. Molly is, like, badgering me every day. Is it come yet? I'll check my email. Oh, it's not in yet. Like, just wait.
So how
it took them, like, 3 days ago.
So, other than, like, engagement photos, have you got any other, like, planning done with that whole wedding?
Like, we have stuff planned out, but we haven't paid for anything yet. That's the thing that I'm not looking forward to.
Yeah. Everyone's, like, that you read about says, like, just budget for it. It's like, oh, okay, well, if you're me or Chelsea, you can't budget for shit. We just threw money at it until it was paid for, pretty much.
We're, like, aiming for under 10 grand, and I think we might hit it.
And that includes, like, everything, dress and all?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we pretty much did ours for around the same, and that includes the dress. Like, the dress wasn't like fucking 8 grand or anything like that, but I want to say ours came out around like maybe 12 or 13,000 for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Relatively cheap.
Yeah.
Like, all things considered, like the venue, like food, dress, drinks, whatever.
Yeah.
Because, like,
granted, like, everything we're doing is all taking place in, like, the exact same spot, so we're not, like, having to, like, rent out different places.
Sure. That's pretty. And, like, you said the ceremony and reception are the same place, too?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Sublime. Sublime. That's one less location you have to set up.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't like my wedding location because it was at my parents' house.
Yeah. No, that's in
a field and an outcropping, which turned out really great because it was raining the whole week beforehand and then it ended up being a great day at my wedding.
Yeah.
But I would never get married again. I think both me and Chelsea have said that, though. It's like, it's great once.
Yeah.
Like, you need to do it. just throw like this big party.
Yeah.
And then you'll realize like what after that is like kind of important and that you really didn't have to do, but you don't figure that out until it's done.
Yeah. And that's what I always like. Molly always like brings up like she'd rather get eloped and shit. Where I was like, but I always feel like
But would she really though?
Yeah, I know. That's what I always say. Where it's like, well, by the time we do it, then you're gonna be like, but like let's just do this too. But it's like I see it as like I want to be. This is my opportunity to like give back to people that have done so much for me.
Yeah.
Throughout my life. That's what I kind of see this as.
Yeah, for sure. And like, I think both of us are kind of in the same boat as like we're both like entertainers. So like I wanted to have like a ceremony.
Yeah.
I have like a large family, so they would be pissed if they wouldn't be able to be a part of that.
Yeah.
So like I almost have like no choice but to put on like a nice ceremony.
Yeah.
Like it would go against my personality just to go and get
totally.
like a courthouse or whatever.
Yeah. Plus, I want to see you ham it up as best man. I think you'd be a bitchin' best man.
Oh, thank you. I already have run my plans for the speech by a coworker of mine.
Yeah.
They're in favor.
Fuck yeah.
So I hope I can pull it together because I don't want to tease it too much.
Yeah.
But it's a bit of an extravagant idea.
Okay.
But that's all I'm going to let you have.
That's fine.
Because I really liked your speech. And I'm just like, how do I beat it?
No, that's exactly what I want. Exactly what I want. Like the minute I had like, you were always gonna be best man, but I was like, he's gonna fucking try and find a way to outdo me.
I know. And this idea I have, it's a great one, but I don't know if I need all the pieces to come together.
All right.
So I'll leave it at that.
You got me looking forward to it.
Color you enthused.
We're less than a year out, so.
I know. Need to start looking around. I'm so close to just telling you what it is. I can't.
You're just like, Molly's been like showing everyone her dress and then just looking at me like, but you can't see. I'm like, all right, well, I don't, okay.
I was put through the same shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I'll see on new.
I've been on so many car trips where like they're like, "Oh, you got your dress? Let me see." And then she just like look at me like
cupping her hand over one
yeah,
side
like,
of the phone.
I get it. I'm not fucking looking.
I'm not even looking.
I'm driving because I'm not gonna look at your fucking dress. I'm driving.
But I hope it all goes easy for you. Like, personally, I was not stressed planning a wedding.
Yeah.
Chelsea was.
Yeah.
She was very stressed out.
Yeah.
But she's, like, more of, like, that kind of personality where she was pretty much in full control of what she wanted.
Yeah.
And if one little thing wasn't kind of like how she... Not that she was a bridezilla, because she wasn't at all. Like, she was very calm and very accommodating to everyone.
Yeah.
But, like, I think she... put more on her plate than what she needed to.
Yeah.
Whereas I was like, yeah, that's paid for. That's good. It'll happen on the day or whatever. That did not make her happy anytime I was like, it'll get done.
Oh, yeah.
Because she wanted all her ducks in a row.
Yeah. Molly, she's playing it off cool, but then like the day before we did engagement photos, she was like freaking out. Where I was like, Jesus Christ. If you're like this before engagement photos, what the fuck are you going to be like on our wedding? Like, yeah. I know, but still. I'm like, well, all right.
Oh my God. Well, Jesus all Christ. The power to you.
No shit.
Oh my God. This ended up being a very entertaining show. We went everywhere.
We went everywhere. That's what Shoot the Shit's all about.
It's a real conversation.
You just follow the breadcrumbs. Mm-hmm. Follow the breadcrumbs and see where they land.
Oh my God. So, I brought it up on Thursday, but I have a guest lined up for the Disney shows. I think she's keen to do every single week.
I would not be opposed.
I texted her today, and I was like, hey, would you like to be a guest on like some of our November shows. I know you are gonna like them. I didn't hear anything back for like an hour, and then all of a sudden it's like, yes, everything, yes. I've got a lot of watching to do, and I'm like, oh my god, can I send her to the full out schedule for the month or whatever?
Oh fuck,
so
that would be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna have like in-laws here during the third week of November.
Yeah.
So they would have an interesting experience meeting her, I think. Even though I think my mother-in-law has already met Skeets.
Yeah.
Already.
Skeets.
Oh my god. But yeah, I love it when she's on the show. Because we've
Yeah.
only ever really had her on for Disney stuff. So I'm like, this is
I know.
perfect. She lives right down the street.
It's funny because we only have her on for Disney stuff, and she's probably the most crass person
I know.
that we bring on.
She said she pretty much just has to bleep everything that she is going to say. Because she's going to say some off-color jokes. I'm like, why would you do that?
She's gonna get us fucking canceled.
Yeah. So
We're
anyway.
gonna get cancel cultured over here.
Yeah, that's... I'm excited.
She's gonna talk about how she can't be in comedy anymore.
Yeah, comedy's too woke.
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Oh man. Right. Got anything else?
Oh,
Brewing over
trying to
there?
think. What have I been up to? Oh. That was good. I don't know. We're like at 26 minutes.
Okay. Okay. Tell you what.
Trying to think. What?
I mean, it's more of like a... It's definitely not our demographic, but it's a more of a charm type thing. But
Yeah.
That garden I got going on outside.
Yeah?
Did some late planting beans out there.
Ooh, fuck.
Got some green beans that were ready today there, brother.
Oh, fuck.
So me and the little girl picked some beans and ate them raw. We raw dogged them beans.
Oh, God. Please don't talk about raw dogging beans with your daughter ever again.
I already used that term with Chelsea earlier today because one of Macy's like favorite meals is a hot dog and cottage cheese. And so she just wants the hot dog a tad warm to hold it in her hand and just like chomp on it, right?
Yeah.
And then just like eat cottage cheese. And so like Chelsea started cutting up her hot dog. I'm like, no, Macy's not going to like it like that because she likes to hold it and just chomp on it. She's like, does she like ketchup? I'm like, nah, she just raw dogs it. She's like, almost said the exact same thing you did. She's like, never say that again. Never.
Oh, fuck. See, when I was growing up, I had a babysitter that every lunch, she would always serve fucking beans and franks.
Ugh.
And
I would never have eaten that if I had a
fucking
babysitter.
gross. I just don't like beans in general.
I have gotten more into them as I've gotten older. Like, even with, like, getting into, like, gardening stuff, like, beans are, like, super versatile, right?
Yeah.
Especially in, like, Latin, well, like, almost every culture.
Yeah.
Like, beans are
I like
staple
green.
of their
I like
diet.
green beans. Those
So,
are good.
I've kind of wanted, so, you know, like, those big, like, 5-pound bags of beans you can buy for, like, $1 at,
Yeah.
like, the grocery store?
Yeah.
Like, how much would it take to, like, just grow them yourself?
Yeah.
But then I think, like, if you can get, like, 5 pounds...
Costs more.
5 pounds of beans for $1 already, like,
Yeah.
why go through the effort to grow them and dry them?
Costs $20 to grow 5 pounds of beans.
Yeah, and take all that effort. But, it goes pretty far, you know what I mean? So, like, a little bit of beans and you just, like, cook those up and it's, like, high in protein and good for you and
Yeah.
whatever like that. For, like, barely anything.
Yeah.
That's why I'm also keeping, like, rice and, like, other shit in the house, too.
Yeah.
Just got into, like, eating polenta. Have you ever had...
What's polenta?
It's pretty much just, like, a cornmeal that you just mix with water. Like, 4 parts water to 1 part cornmeal. And you pretty much just cook it for, like, 30 minutes till it becomes, like, almost the consistency of, like, like almost like a tapioca.
Oh shit.
And you flavor it with like Parmesan cheese and butter and stuff, and you can put like a tomato ragu over top of it. It's really filling, and it goes really far. Like a 2-pound bag of it, like you just need to use a cup of it, and it'll like be too much for you to eat. Like it expands exponentially. You know what I mean? So like, not only have I been trying to like figure out like stuff that expands like. Will go a long way to like for meal prep and stuff like that. I don't know if this is interesting at all, but like this is my life now. But I've also been trying to like figure out like different recipes and stuff that like I haven't eaten yet, like polenta or cooking with like raw beans and stuff like that.
I don't know, just something you said. It always makes me laugh when like people try to explain the consistency of something, but it's like something sweet, where it's like. Yeah, it's like the consistency of chocolate pudding, but then you put Parmesan and salt, and it's like, that sounds fucking gross.
And I don't even know if tapioca pudding is even the correct term, because it's like, I don't know.
I love when people do shit like that. Like, yeah, it's like the consistency of like a popsicle, but then you put like salt and vinegar, and like, that sounds fucking gross.
Yeah.
That's the grossest fucking thing I ever heard.
It's the grossest thing I've ever heard. Ever.
Yeah, just the fact that you said popsicle makes me think it's a fucking sweet popsicle that you're putting gross bullshit on.
Yeah. It's kind of like a popsicle, but it's more like a turd you put a stick in. Yeah.
So imagine like taking a big shit and then eating it.
That's kind of what it's like. It's delicious. Yeah. I don't know, man.
But like, I guess, so my parents, the best thing about having retired parents is that like they'll like overbook themselves. Cause like, I guess,
thing about it?
Yeah. Cause like, so for like next weekend, they were gonna go to like a Queen cover band in the Dells. But then like someone approached them about getting Packer tickets. So now I guess for out of the blue, me and Molly are going to go see a Queen cover band in the Dells.
Because they'd rather go see the Packers.
Yeah.
Very good.
But I was like, well, fuck yeah. Like shit like that will happen to us more often than usual. Where like my mom and dad will just be like, we gotta go to this Brewer game, so here's these tickets to this thing that actually seems way more fun, but fuck it, we love sports more.
Yeah. Your parents are definitely like that.
Yeah.
My parents would have never taken those sports tickets.
Man, I don't know what it is, but I'm always convinced I'm adopted because my parents love sports.
You are like the black sheep of your family. Like, your parents are way into sports. Your older brother is like way into sports.
My brother talks about nothing but sports. Like I can't even connect with him on anything because all he thinks about is sports.
I can't crack that nut either. Like I don't know how to do it. I don't know him well enough to like joke around with him, I guess, on like certain things. So I don't know. I'm always at a loss. And I really can consider myself I could be able to talk to about everybody, but even him, I'm just like, I don't know, man. Because he also doesn't seem like he wants to hold a conversation.
Yeah.
So it's like,
unless you talk about sports, he doesn't really talk about anything else.
But I don't know anything about sports.
I don't either. And it sucks. Like, even when my parents like invite me over for dinner and then like my brother comes over, then they start talking about sports. And then like I start like, I'm just like, well, fuck, I'll just like play on my phone, I guess.
Just go fuck off.
So I'll like look at my phone and then my mom will be like, what are you doing? Join the conversation. About what?
I don't know any of this.
I don't give a fuck about what's his face who was shortstop for the fucking Brewers.
Right there. Anytime you have one of those, you just call me, all right? And I'll think about coming over.
Good. You think?
Yes, there's no way in hell.
That's one of the best things about having Molly.
Three other people.
That's why I like having Molly around now, because she doesn't give a shit about sports either. So we can just kind of be like, well, fuck it, we'll go downstairs and play with their dog.
Fuck sports.
But they've been like that my entire life. Like I'll start a conversation about something and we're having a good time, and then my brother will just be off in the corner, just kind of like sitting and waiting, and then he'll bring up like, hey, did you see that game yesterday? And then they'll talk about that for fucking 3 hours. And then I'm legit have nothing to contribute.
Yeah.
And they'll look at, and then like my mom would look at me like, why don't you be more social, Joel? And I'm like, well, fuck. About what?
I don't care about any of this. I just wanted to go.
Yeah. I don't give a shit about what you're talking about.
It's actually funny that I have this friend at work who I get along with mostly everything, but like he also has this other side that like loves sports.
Yeah.
And it's so funny that he like almost changes his personality when he starts talking to other people about
crazy.
Sports. Because he'll be like joking around with me like fucking just grab assing or whatever and just like making shit out of each other, blah, 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 like talking about video games, da-da-da.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, he'll run into somebody in the hallway and they'll ask him about his fantasy draft. And his mood changes on a dime.
I swear.
And he has a completely different personality.
I've seen like people like frothing at the mouth when they start talking about sports. Whereas like, you're like feral now?
And I even brought it up to my friend. I was like, you know what? The sport version of you isn't as fun. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, when you start talking about sports, you are a completely different person.
Yeah.
And you kind of suck. But I let him have his thing. It's like everybody's different, but like he sucks.
Yeah. I just step back and let it happen, but then it's like people get like self-conscious when you don't like sports, where it's like, I don't know, like my parents like that, where it's like I just kind of like zone out, and then they kind of get self-conscious, where it's like, what, you don't like it? Like, no, I hate it. I don't want to talk about any of this bullshit.
Yeah.
Is like, I don't give a shit how many fucking RBIs some bullshit fucker had.
So this is almost on the same lines because like my parents aren't into sports or anything like that, but like they just always assume that I know everybody in town.
Oh, my parents the exact same way.
So like I'm not that person.
Yeah.
My brother is more or less like the town socialite, like knows everybody.
Yeah.
I am not. So my mom will just be like, so you know this person? I'm like, maybe, and I don't think I know. It's like, well, she used to date this person, and that. I'm like, Mom, I don't know any of these people.
Yeah.
I don't know or care to
my
know
mom
these
will
people.
My mom will go through someone's entire family tree trying to get me to know who this person is.
Like, why do I need to know these people?
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm in live my own little world over here. Nobody knows me.
I know. I could
They
give less of a fuck about people around me.
Anytime I go into town, people think I'm Blake, my brother. They know him because he knows everybody in town.
I know.
I don't care to know these people.
Yeah. And they'll ask me about my brother.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's like audibly groan.
Like they'll ask me about Thomason. We're like, that's my name too. Like, all right. Yeah. Well, that's my name too. Oh, you talking about my brother? Okay. Hey, how's Thomason?
He's probably good, I
yeah,
guess.
I guess he's good. You talking about him? Because that's my name too.
He's probably fine. I haven't talked to him in a long time, really.
Yeah. And they'll bring up like crazy stories about him where I was like, I've never seen that. I was like, I wish he was like that around me.
Yeah.
He's just boring and talks about fucking people hitting baseballs and bullshit.
So we've been trying to invite him out to more things lately.
Yeah.
I've kind of missed out on a few of the poker nights where he's shown up to our buddy.
Yeah, we had him for the poker night, and he was pretty fun.
Was he?
Yeah, like he didn't like.
I'm pissed.
He wasn't like out there like, hey, let's get crazy or whatever. But like he was having fun. Like he was laughing at our jokes and shit. Where I was like, I feel like that's what we need to do. Like show him that, or at least I need to show him that I'm not a fucking nerd. Like that's how I always feel like he thinks I am. He just thinks I'm a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
Or like I'm actually a fun dude.
I'm fun, damn it.
I'm fun, you asshole.
Oh my god. I think a lot of people also at my work think like I'm a bit of a nerd.
Yeah.
Like, I don't let on a lot, okay? Because I could really fucking nerd out on them, right? But, like, it got out because, I mean, obviously I've said a bunch of times, a few people listen to the show at work.
Yeah.
And so anytime they talk to me about it around the proximity of other people who don't know I do this, it's like a whole conversation I have had 1,000 times. It's like, so I do this podcast on everyone, and it's like, holy shit. And they're like, so is that like, when do you put that out on the radio? And I'm like, no, it's just a thing you can listen to at any time. It's called a podcast. You can do it at any time, really. It's really... So you have all the stuff for that?
Yeah.
I have all the stuff to do all of this. It's just a thing I do. It's like it's an outlet I have. And it's like, I hate having this conversation once a week.
No, yeah. I love Molly to death, but she'll bring up stuff, like, I think she does it because she's proud of me, but she'll bring this shit up, and then it's like, if you do this, that means I have to have this whole fucking conversation. But she brings up, like, he's got a podcast. Or I'm like, oh, no.
It's actually... So it's...
Oh, no, don't say it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, when she introduces it to other people?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible.
Like, we'll be, like, on a double date, and she's like, well, he's got a podcast, too. And I'm like, no, don't.
Every white guy has a podcast. It's not impressive.
Don't say anything else. Like, oh, what's it about? I'm like, oh no, the floodgates are open.
Yeah.
The fucking floodgates are open.
And of course you're obliging and answering.
Yeah,
right?
and I'm trying to like give the vaguest answer possible because I don't want to fucking go. Because if I go more in depth, then it's going to lead to more questions.
Yeah, and then they'll start talking about like what movies they like and all that. And it's just like, I don't care what you like.
Don't give a shit.
Oh my god, it's like the worst thing ever when it's brought up, isn't it?
Yeah, and well, I got it on 2 levels because she'll talk about wrestling too. Well, that's a whole other thing where then people will be like, "Oh, so what? You choreograph it?" Like, no. Now I got to talk about this, and then it's like, I love her to death, but then it's like she's always trying to start the conversation, and it's always either my wrestling or my podcast or both.
Yeah.
When it's both, then it's like, I feel like I'm
night's over.
I feel like I'm being interrogated when she includes both, because it's just like, god damn it. I get it. I'm a fucking weirdo that wears spandex and hits people fakely. And then I go to my friend's house and then I record our drunken bullshit for like 3 hours. I get it. I'm a fucking loser.
Quit reminding me of it.
Quit reminding me.
I'm right there with you. I did it just the other day where somebody's like, well, what's a podcast? And then the person who listens is like already trying to like explain it. And I'm just like standing there like, I need to stand here this whole time.
Do you have any more beer in the fridge?
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna grab some. Fuck it.
And it's just like, God, this is the most uncomfortable. And it should be something like I'm fairly proud of doing, right? Because like I like our show, and it's an outlet that I look forward to every single week. And at the same time, I'm just like, I don't want to talk about this. I hate explaining this to people who are in the know or are not going to listen to it at all. So I don't know.
And it's like the people that are like listening are like just listening because they're trying to be polite too.
Right.
Or like they think you'll be offended if they don't want to know more about it. Where it's like the exact opposite is true.
Yeah.
Whereas like,
if
if you just stop talking about this, I'll be real happy.
All right. There's a few times where like the word will get out that I do podcasts and and they're like, oh, let me know what they are. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I'll like write them down on a piece of paper and give them to them. Like, it's okay. You'll probably like this one. The other one, I don't know if you like movies or not. Like, it's not gonna hurt my feelings if you don't listen. Like, I've been doing this long enough. Like, it doesn't bother me whatsoever at this point. I don't care if you even tell me you don't like the show. I don't care.
We literally do not do this to get any kind of like listens or anything.
I know. But it's like, oh my god. And you know what? This whole thing, this whole spiel that we just did, I'm probably going to hear about.
So I was just going to pull you aside and be like, hey, remember when you talked about how you don't like talking about this? Why don't you talk about that?
Anyway, it's just going to be a torturous cycle, and that's where I'm going to end this, I think. That's where I'm going to put a pin in this.
Yeah, we're going to talk about how we don't like talking about this, and that's the perfect ending.
Yeah. You know what? Anybody that does that to me, I'm just going to be like, what are your hobbies that you like to do personally that you don't talk about ever? Let's open up that can of worms.
Yeah. What kind of porn do you watch?
Yeah.
Anytime someone brings up to me, I'm just like, it's like our poker night. We just don't lose money doing it.
Right.
At least not as much.
Right. I mean, we do lose money.
We lose money on it, but still, like, it's not as much as we would if we actually played poker every fucking Wednesday.
That's very true. So you want to call it that the show?
Fuck it, we're calling it.
We have enough shit that's been shot.
We've shot so much shit. How much shit will a shit be shot?
If a shit shot did shoot
if
shit.
If a shit shot did shoot shit.
The answer is that.
The answer is 46 minutes.
I was gonna guess 47 minutes.
Jesus!
Almost.
Look at you,
my internal tickers,
Mr. Timer over here.
That's right. I'm the clock king. So JT, if people want to hit us up and just shoot the shit with us, where can they do so?
Find me at Bucky Front on Twitter. Also Bucky Front on Instagram, Bucky Front on Snapchat. Right?
Find me at Troy the Max on Twitter. You can find us both at Review Pod on Twitter. There's still a few days left to vote for the Tournament of Random Movies for our main Thursday show.
Yep, we got Mortal Kombat versus V for Vendetta.
So look it up. Vote with your heart.
Yeah.
And your brain. And your hands.
Rip your heart out of your chest.
You can find us on a multitude of platforms. Anywhere you can find podcasts, pretty much you can find us. If you want to write into the show, you can do so at reviewpod@gmail.com. Yeah. There you have it. What do we got? Thursday coming up, JT?
Troy Thursday. We've got... God, I'm Durston over here.
I just freaking passed it off to you.
Thursday, we've got our Breaking Bad retrospective.
That's right, El
being
Camino.
Followed up by El Camino, a Breaking Bad story. I'm looking forward to see how this turns out.
Me too. I haven't really dove into any Breaking Bad in years because I haven't seen any Better Call Saul or anything to even like get a little taste of it.
Yeah, now you're gonna dive in head first.
That's right.
With the continued adventures of Jesse Pinkman.
Hopefully it's still riveting.
El Camino. And then after that, I know we were talking about doing Terminator, but since it's going to be Halloween season, we might do some horror movies.
It's Halloween season. 'Tis the season to be spooky.
Yeah, I got a movie in particular that I kind of wanted you to see that's more horror.
Okay.
That I think would be fun to do. Maybe we can do I pick one, you pick one or something.
Sounds good.
Before our big Disney November where Reed Skeets fucking...
hijacks the
show. And then we have to fucking put disclaimers for any kind of
friggin' un-PC.
Yeah, the most un-PC shows are gonna come up in November
for our family-friendly Disney show. So awesome. That'll do it.
That'll do, pig.
So until we talk about dive into the Breaking Bad universe.
Yes.
Next week, I have been Troy to the Max Extreme.
I am JG3K.
And we are off.